Hola mi gente bella, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estamos? Estamos en otro capítulo de Vampyr. El día de hoy estamos haciendo, vamos a ir a una parte del mapa que nos dijeron que es por aquí abajo. Vamos a los muelles, a la parte de acá, de está la zona segura para descansar y fabricar. Por acá estamos en esta área que tenemos que regresar y hacer ciertas cosillas por ahí. Después iremos a este evento ocurrido aquí arriba, en esta parte, en esta área, a ver qué es lo que sucedió ahí. Vamos a ver si nos da tiempo. Bueno, estamos en el área del hospital. También tenemos un evento aquí con Lady Ashbury. Tenemos un diálogo disponible. Vamos a hablar con ella. Ok. Entonces vamos a ver, vamos a salir acá. Ya somos level 15. En el capítulo anterior estuvimos en el cementerio viendo lo que fue el velorio de la hermana del doctor Jonathan. Entonces ahora vamos a ir al encuentro, convencer a Yachon Shun para que regrese a Wisparcher. Ok, eso lo haremos ahora. Vamos a hablar primero con la vampiro que está aquí. Hablar con ella.
Oh, Jonathan, I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman, butchered by some savage scowl.
Entonces llegará a su fin. Compartimos esta comida. Todo llegará a su fin.
Everything dies. Or should.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent. For there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
Okay.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
Okay.
Have you embraced this woman? Like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life, unless they ask.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Okay.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
Okay.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols, or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Exacto.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Okay.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
Ok, entonces tenemos ya aquí todo el distrito está bien, está sano. Solamente me falta este señor que tiene un resfriado. Vamos allá, vamos a curarlo y después creo que hablaremos con la viuda esa y nos iremos a los muelles para ver qué es lo que sucede por allá. Ok, vamos rápidamente primero a este no es. ¿Dónde estás? Ah, este no es. Ay, ¿dónde estás? Vamos a ver con la B. A ver si lo localizamos. Aquí está. Uy, pero... Ajá.
It's locked, all right.
La puerta está cerrada. ¿Cómo hago? Y aquí no está... Bueno, está ahí, están ahí metidos. Será esperar a que uno de ellos quiera salir. Vamos entonces rápidamente al área donde está la viuda para convencerla de... Vamos allá. Un poco lejos, pero... Ah, no, es por acá, es por acá. Es por acá. Que es más directo. Acá es más directo. Ah, no, aquí hay una... Ah, que hay una... Hay que observarlo. Vamos a ver qué es lo que sucede. Aquí hay una cuestión que hay que observarlo. Ah, ahí está. Ahí está. ¿Dónde estará el área para poder escucharlo? No lo veo. No consigo el área. Ah, aquí está. Ok, aquí los observamos.
Sometimes you act like a real jerk, you know that?
Come on, Ozzy, don't be like that.
What, like what? Like someone who felt betrayed by the man he loves? Did you ever even try to find me? Rescue me?
You know, it's not like that. I wanted to. I was so afraid to leave the hospital, not to be seen with you.
We survived this shit together. That's all that matters. I know you did your best.
Ok. Yo me imaginé algo así, que los dos se querían mucho.
Fuck the war, right? And fuck them all.
Fuck the war. Fuck them all.
Ok, aquí tenemos... Están enamorados el uno al otro. Ok, y esta fue una de las que perdimos. Pero vamos a ver si después logramos desbloquear esta pista. Primero es tratar de curarlos. Aquí está la otra pista también. Esta está completa. También perdimos esa... Pero vamos a ver si por lo menos lo logramos curar. Vamos a esperar que salgan. Ahí vienen. Ahí viene uno, ahí viene otro. Vamos a hablar con él.
Hello again, Mr. Blight.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. You doing your rounds as usual?
Unas preguntas personales.
How do you feel about Oswald Thatcher? You are more than friends, aren't you?
I love him. I love Oswald. We knew we wouldn't survive the war without each other. But I am terrified, Doctor.
What frightens you so much?
What if people find out? Oswald says I'm ashamed, but it ain't that. It's more, well, you know, never thought I'd love a man.
Ok. Ya tenemos la nueva pista. Ah, Newton no quiere asumir su homosexualidad. Vamos a decir, tan solo le aconsejo precaución.
Maybe a time will come when you'll not have to hide who you are. But for now, I can only advise caution.
I know, Dr. Reed. Oswald wouldn't survive behind bars. And wouldn't live long if we were separated.
Ok, vamos entonces.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Afraid so. In the war, I was always worried about picking up something, getting some infection. Unfortunately, I've got that fear in London now.
Ok.
Throughout history, some diseases have done more damage to armies than any weapon created by man. You are wise to be careful.
You're working at the Pembroke Hospital, aren't you? That's a good enough reason for me and Oswald to go there.
Ok, perfecto. Ya entonces
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
ya este debería estar en recuperación. Ah, perfecto. Entonces ya pasaría, debería de pasar a saneado, ¿no?
I am not responsible for everything bad.
Con el otro loco, a ver, para que se
Good evening.
desbloquee toda
Evening,
la-
Dr. Reed.
sus sentimientos por Newton sobre los sentimientos de Newton.
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't imagine life without him.
Ok. Admiro su sinceridad.
I admire your honesty. It takes courage to stand up to society. The world needs people like you to create change.
Courage is what we needed in the trenches, looking death in the face every day. I speak plain. I speak my mind.
Have you always been this straightforward?
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
Ok.
Why should you be ashamed?
I'm not, I said. But Newton sees it differently.
Ok.
Newton is conflicted about his feelings towards you. Would you like to talk about it, Oswald?
It makes me sad and angry. It feels like the beautiful thing we have is somehow tainted. It hurts to see him so lost.
His love for you is genuine. I'm certain he wasn't lying to me when he expressed his feelings for you.
Newton still has to accept it, knowing he'll be seen as a queer, a fairy, less than a man in those simple-minded bigots' eyes. Though he's more of a man than they'll ever be, so fuck 'em all.
Ok, entonces ya tenemos todas las pistas y ya.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
Ya listo. Ok, bueno, vamos entonces a ir al área esa que nos está indicando. Vamos a ir por este lado, es más rápido. Que vamos directamente lo que es el cementerio. Creo que está todavía ahí en el cementerio. A ver. No. Acá. Sí, está todavía ahí en el cementerio. Vamos entonces para allá. Vamos a convencer. Estamos entrando en una región grave. Excelente. Tenemos bastante con estos. Que ya no había más nada por aquí que agarrar. Vamos a cambiar algunas cuestiones de... Ya el de la garra no lo vamos a usar, vamos a usar este. Ok. Y tampoco vamos a usar este. No tengo el otro todavía colocado. Ok. Entonces el 2 sería para 4, ok. 3, ok. 1 corazón. Vamos a petrificar este a ver qué tal. Todavía falta para que... 9, 8.
Better go home, sir. I said go back home.
Uy, pero claro, solamente lo puedo petrificar.
Die, Lady!
Creo que lo matamos. Lo quería agarrar para absorberle la sangre. Bueno, vamos a seguir. No, que no nos consigue. Ay, mira.
Lead spotted! Watch out!
Uy, espérate. Sangre. Listo. Si no te me pegas tanto.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Oye, ajá. Jajaja. ¿No me dejaste nada? Ok. No me dejó nada. Aquí. ¿Qué necesito por acá? Ok. Mira, aquí sí me dejaron. Un poquito. Entonces tenemos que buscar a la viuda. La viuda está por acá. Hay que bajar. Por acá, tenemos que subir. Una chupadita. Eso. Acá, este ya está listo. Para abajo no, era por acá. Para arriba. Por aquí. Acá. Acá está la señora.
Are you all right, Miss Shun?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do apologize, Xiao Shun. Are you all right?
Yes, I am. This is the only place where I can find some kind of serenity. Some way to remember my dear Matthew.
Ok. Vamos a comenzar con su vida en Londres.
Are you on your own? Do you have any friends or family who you could be with?
I have family and friends, but I need to be here alone. One day maybe I'll go back to them, but not now. I need silence, and I need sadness.
Okay.
I've seen many deaths in my life, and we all grieve in our own way. Some stay silent, or need to shout. Others need company, and some just can't stand it.
Thank you for your sincere words, Dr. Reed. I sense you trying to help me, even if I don't quite understand why.
Tell me how your husband died, Xiaoshun.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others. It's a mundane cause of death these days, but for me it meant the end of the world.
At this time, there is so little medical science can do to defeat this terrible epidemic. I'm truly sorry.
The worst thing is not his death, even if it tears me apart. The worst is not to have seen it coming, to have lost him so quickly, even before realizing it.
Did he hide his condition from you?
Matthew was a smiling type, a happy sort. Everything that I am not. Did he laugh at his death to come, or did he not realize what was going to happen? I'll never know.
The Spanish flu may be the worst disease mankind has ever faced. Why are you blaming yourself?
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation until it was too late.
As harsh as this sounds, we are all equally vulnerable to this awful disease. It can take the strongest man in just a couple of days.
I never said goodbye to Matthew. We never realized how bad it was. We laughed about it even. He always made me laugh. Now I don't have enough tears to shed.
Ok. Vamos para atrás. Preguntas personales. Dejé morir a mi hermana Mari. Debería marcharse a casa. No puede permanecer aquí para siempre. Vamos atrás. ¿Qué es lo que decía aquí? Novedades sobre la epidemia de... Okay.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I heard that she used to help the refugees, but unfortunately you don't see her around anymore.
Okay.
Are you a doctor yourself? Is this why you feel so guilty for not saving your sick husband?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone for Matthew's death. And who else, if not his wife, who did not see it coming?
I'm a physician, one of the best in the country. But I was unable to save my own sister, Mary. She died in my arms.
Why tell me this? Is it supposed to make me feel better?
No. But I felt I should share it with you, since she is buried here too.
May I ask what caused the death of your sister?
You could say she was also killed by a terrible disease. A disease I have sworn to fight and cure, no matter how long it takes.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Dr. Reed. Maybe it's time we start to rebuild our lives, you and I.
Okay. A ver,
You realize you can't stay here forever, don't you? Eventually you'll have to leave the cemetery.
Why? Why should I go? Since this is the only place I can find peace of mind.
si la he afligido, estoy de acuerdo con usted. No, usted no está
But you're not dead. There is a difference between visiting the dead and staying with them.
You sound like you're no stranger to the pain I feel.
Let's just say, I too have a good reason to visit cemeteries at night.
Please accept my condolences for your loss then, Dr. Reed.
Okay.
You should go home now.
I think you're right. Cemeteries are for the dead, for they need silence too. Thank you for your honesty and your wisdom, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your company, Xiaoshun. Take care on the way home.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel. Goodbye for now.
Ok. Perfecto. ¿Tendrá alguna dolencia? Vamos a ver.
How do you feel? Physically speaking, I mean.
I'm as well as can be expected, Doctor.
Ok. Perfecto. Ya creo que no hay más nada que preguntarle. Ya
Goodbye
está
for
todo
now.
bien. Ya la mandamos a que se fuera.
The world has gone completely mad.
Ok. Ahora vamos a la otra misión, que es la misión principal, pues. Tenemos que devolvernos. Los muelles, tenemos que ir a los muelles. Epa, por aquí no. Por acá. Se me quedó pegado. Epa. Están estos... Buena. Vamos que con el 2. Listo. Con el 2 lo petrificamos. Se queda así como... Y creo que es... Tenemos que ir por acá, por la parte de abajo. Por ahí hay unos bichos metidos. No vamos a luchar contra ellos todavía. Vamos a seguir por acá y vamos a salir y nos vamos para los muelles. Vamos a irnos rapidito. Epa, parece que hay unas raticas muy importantes.
This is despicable.
Aquí ya no me puedo teletransportar rápidamente. Tenemos que crear algunas medicinas, pero me falta opio para poderlas hacer. Falta como un transportador o algo que sea como una
It
carga.
seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
Not a safe place right now, sir. It's a lead! Get it! We have to stop it!
Listo. Bueno, con la broma de bloqueo es bueno. Es bueno porque puedo de petrificación. Es bueno porque puedo petrificarlos y se quedan tranquilitos. Ok, aquí vamos. Vamos a ver cómo vamos en el mapa. Para esta área. No. Tenemos que seguir para esta área, aquí abajo. Para esta calle.
Die, vermin!
Los tipos se han vuelto level 16. Está bien.
It ain't human! Bloody leech! Get a taste of this!
Eso es bueno. Acá. Tenemos que meter a este tipo.
Steady, boys!
Uy.
Shit, that leech is fast!
Rápido. Rápido. Listo. Uy. ¿Qué? No me dejó nada. No me dejó nada. No me dejó nada. Ah, mira, que tenemos una que había dejado por ahí sin revisar. Mira ahí. Aquí está la entrada. Estos son los muelles. Hay que pasar es por esa puerta que está ahí para llegar rápidamente al otro lado. Eso. Llegamos sin problemas.
For now, everything seems under control, more or less.
Don't forget to keep an eye out for this guard of something, sweet.
Reúnete
My
en
guess is they're
forma
recruiting for
hacia
some dangerous.
In the
Hampton.
meantime, the boys
Ah,
are
mira,
waiting for
que hay una situación que se
Mark
presenta.
my words, miss. These murders are the work of a vampire.
A vampire? Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back, and hunting all these poor folk, he needs to catch him.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth, claws, murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady.
Okay.
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
Creo que estaba diciendo. Vamos a hablar con este.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
Ok. Vamos a ver su vida en Londres primero.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
Ok.
So, How exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
¿Cómo se reconoce un vampiro? ¿Necesita ayuda?
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Ok. Las preguntas personales.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Okay.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
Ok. El tipo parece que sabe lo que hace. Pero no se da cuenta que tiene un vampiro delante. Pero bueno, él sabe lo que hace.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Okay.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
Ok. Vamos a hablar entonces con él. Ya este no habla.
Goodbye. And good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
Buena cacería. Vamos a ver. Dixon Daly, ese es el borracho. Acá ¿dónde está la tipa que estaba hace rato por aquí? ¿Y Sabrina? Ok, hablemos con él.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Este ya le ya tenemos todo hablado
Tom,
con
I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. That would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
Ok.
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Ok, ya sé dónde queda. Vamos allá.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Perfecto. Pero primero vamos acá a la viejita que no pudimos entrar a su casa y la encantamos para poder entrar. Echamos, pero aquí está la señora, que no habíamos podido hablar con ella porque no teníamos la fuerza suficiente.
Good evening, madam. It's Dr. Reed again. May I come in?
You best come back in the morning, Doctor.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in?
Perfecto. Ahora sí pudimos
Just grow eyes in the back of
encantar.
that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets in these parts.
Vamos a ver qué tiene.
It's locked.
Está cerrado. Ah, está bien. A ver qué hay por acá. Que podamos... Aquí tiene.
I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep.
Unos libros.
I've been nothing but worry.
Ajá. Tiene cosillas por acá. Vamos a ver qué más tiene por acá. Uy, tiene... Ajá. Por acá no tiene nada. Y acá tampoco tiene nada. Perfecto. Vamos entonces a hablar con ella y a ver qué nos dice.
So you have questions about the flu then?
Yes, among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
Vamos a preparar su vida en Londres.
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter and no one will bat an eye.
A ver, ¿a qué se dedica?
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs. Fishburne?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Okay.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
How do you pay the rent, then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
Okay.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
Exacto. Pobre. Le da pena al muchacho.
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Se le contó todo. Porque lo confesó.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
Ok, entonces la vieja sabe.
Tell me about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child. And he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. But there can be a monster within any of us.
Do you think he can be cured, Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
Ajá. La justicia es la solución.
There is no cure for murder, Mrs. Fishburne. Only justice.
There ain't no hope then. Somehow, somewhere, my son has turned into a monster, and nothing will bring him back.
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I? Not a burden I could bear.
Burden? How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son to his death.
No podrá protegerlo para siempre.
I understand your pain, but you cannot mother him forever.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Okay.
I'm trying to locate Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where he could be?
You talking about the one everyone calls the sad saint? The man who takes care of the homeless?
The very same, Miss Fishburne.
I'm sorry. I don't know where his shelter is. But if you ask around, I'm sure you'll get your answer.
Okay,
Goodbye, Miss
sabemos
Fishburne.
dónde queda el
Take care of
refugio porque
yourself.
nos lo dijo Tom. Bueno, ya la señora por lo menos ya hablé con ella. Vamos a ver cómo está la zona. Que tiene resfriado él y Annie Will Guillewan. Ok, vamos entonces a encontrar a Sean en los muelles. Este tiene que estar por acá. Está él. Ay, se me perdió el barquito que estaba por acá. A ver, por acá hay una entrada que me ayuda a ir hacia acá. Bajamos por acá. Ah, míralo aquí. Por aquí mismo. Me estoy devolviendo y es por acá mismo. Ahí. Puedo ir directamente allá. Exactamente. Ah, mira, la puerta que estaba cerrada ahora está abierta y con signos de sangre que han arrastrado ahí.
Seems like the guard of everyone is on Sean Hampton's trail too.
Take a breath for this! What's this? Eat this! Die, vermin! You leeches be killing! Boom! Got it right!
¿Quién es el que...? ¡Ay! La G.
Want some of this? Snuff it, leech! Burn it, boys! Burn it, boys! Kill you! I hate leeches! Die, vermin! Crush the leech, boys! Back in the grave! Kill it all you can share! Burn it, boys! I hate leeches! Want some of this?
Sí es. Ese jefe tuvo fuerte.
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
Exactamente. Convertido en una bestia. Ok, ya. Entonces... Ah, mira. Corriente. Unos chelines. 5 chelines. No podemos ir por acá. No vemos más nada. Ok. Por la puerta. Por acá que hay. Aquí detrás tenemos al niño. Podemos ir por acá abajo o podemos ir por acá por la puerta. Vamos a ver por acá por la puerta. Ok, aquí hay algo. Muelles. Aquí no hay nada así. Una empuñadura corriente. Aquí no hay nada así tampoco. Mira que aquí hay una puerta así. Vamos a revisar. No, aquí no hay puerta así. Aquí está el muerto este. El muertico. Bueno, vamos a seguir. Vamos para acá. Mira, aquí tenemos a alguien arriba y tenemos a los muertos abajo.
So fucking fast!
Arriba.
Die, vermin!
Listo. No tienen mucha vida contra mí. tenemos conejito, si vamos consiguiendo cosas. ¿Qué es? Interesante. No había visto esto por acá. Muchos. Tenemos acá. Ah, mira. Gatillo corriente. Más tenemos por acá. Tenemos varias cosas. Ok, aquí donde caímos. Oh, mira. Estamos en... ¿Dónde queda ahí? Ya sé dónde queda esto. Vamos a abrir esto. Ahora está bien. ¿Ves? Bien. ¿Verdad que esta área es nueva? No la había visto. Vamos a abrir esta puerta. Ay, ya sé. Ya me ubiqué. Aquí hay unos periódicos. Unos carteles. Peligro, está más cerca de lo que cree. Ya están aquí. No permita que se hagan con el reino. Ve a algún vampiro, busque ayuda. El cazador de vampiro experto. Ok. Aquí tenemos el área, exacto. ¿Dónde están acá? ¿Dónde están los que estaban cuidando por este lado? Ah, míralos ahí. Y son dos de los fuertes.
Lord, give us strength.
Uy. Así te tengo también. Uy. Luchar con todos los poderes que uno tenga. Dos fuertes. Eran dos fuertes que estaban aquí. Ah, no, de aquí es donde yo vengo. Exacto. Mira, por aquí hay algo. El que estaba aquí no estaba haciendo nada así. Ahí arriba no puedo, o si no puedo subir. No me puedo subir. Vamos a ver qué que conseguimos por la parte de arriba. Hay una entrada por acá. ¿Qué conseguimos? Ajá. Que fue donde llegamos ahorita. Vamos por acá, para arriba. Esto está cerrado, está sellado. ¿Y aquí dónde salimos? Ok. Un callejón sin salida aquí. Mira, aquí hay alguien. Nota de guardia de Prime. Nuestro vigilante ha detectado la presencia de un individuo que se hace llamar Ichabo cerca de los muelles de... ok, es posible que los veáis patrullando la zona de noche. Afirma ser un exterminador de vampiros experto. Es un farsante. Ni siquiera es un auténtico estafador. No cobra por lo que hace. No tiene ni idea de lo que está haciendo. Si se os acerca con intenciones de colaborar en la casa, negaos y dejarlo marchar. En una lucha contra chupasangre solo sería el cebo. Ya sabemos entonces que es un farsante. Bueno, ya se veía, ya se sabía que era un farsante. Me faltan 2 pistas por desbloquear de él. Y ya tenemos una parte de esa ya hecha. Uy, por aquí tenemos a uno. Este es 17. Está repleta de gente, vale.
All of you bloody leeches need killing.
Okay. Bueno.
Don't like that, do ya? Murdering bastard! Shit! You'll pay for that! Snuff it, Leech!
Uy, mira. Muy rápido. Ok. Y pues esquivó rápidamente mi ataque. Muy bueno. Rápidamente mi ataque lo esquivó. Ajá, yo venía entonces por acá, de allá arriba, aquí habían unos cuantos... Yo viendo que voy a utilizar. Me voy a atrapar. También puedo morder. Ok, estoy atraparon a dos. Tengo que hacer medicina.
This poor man has just been slaughtered by a vampire. The body's still warm.
Oh, okay. Tenemos algunas cajitas. Oh, mira, ya hay una. Venga con la... Esto también está cerrado. ¿Será que después se abrirá esa? No le di tiempo de nada. No le di tiempo, pero de nada, nada. Ok, aquí había algo. H, bien. Esto está cerrado. No hay hacia dónde abrir. Y esto. Perfecto. Importantísimo. Importantísimo. Aquí fue donde me atacaron. Perfecto. Aquí arriba no se puede montar. No se puede montar a ningún lado. Ok, seguimos por acá. Mira.
Turn around, sir.
Ya tenemos sangre suficiente. Acá no hay más nada. Acá no hay más nada. Esto fue por donde bajé. Se escucha algo. Ah, ya abajo, mira, Necesita fuerte.
Lisa, can't let you through. Die, bloody! We'll crush this beast. Tyrant! Away with you!
Necesitaba un poco de sangre, pero bueno. fuerte el monjecito este acá. Ok, aquí bajé otra vez a lo... Ya no hay más nada que necesite buscar. Ah. Ya le puse el cartelito. No hay nada. Ah, mira, una casa que puedo investigar acá. Cachilines. Una caja fuerte. Oh, machelines. Vamos por acá arriba, vamos a ver qué conseguimos por acá. Conseguimos cosas buenas. Puerta abierta. Ah, mira, ok. Era la que no podíamos entrar, pero ya está limpio. Podemos accesar a ella. ¿Qué pasó? Un botón de chelines. Sangre.
I have this thirst for blood.
Ah, mira, ve. ¿Acá qué es? Acá subieron a alguien. Ah, un área de descanso encontrado. Perfecto. Tenemos por acá. Tenemos eso. No, bueno, ya sabemos que aquí hay un área de descanso. Rápidamente. Salir por acá. Perfecto. Algo de sangre que nos indica que que es por acá donde hay que subir, ¿no? Seguimos la sangre y conseguimos el área de esta. Vamos a abrir esta área también. Ahora vamos al refugio. Vamos a ver a quién conseguimos acá. Ah, mira, aquí está la señora que nos faltaba de la...
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for men like you.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the working class.
Okay.
May I ask what you do for a living?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you ever had to struggle in your entire life?
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we? Was Daddy a banker or a doctor himself?
Why such hatred? Are you judging me by my clothes and my job?
Of course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see your privilege. Lazy people like you disgust me.
Okay.
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Tell you what, just Spend a few weeks here, and then ask me that question again. If you're still alive, I mean.
If you have something to say, say it. I'm getting tired of all this.
Oh. You want information instead? Well, here's some for you. Giselle Paxton does not like you at all, Doctor.
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you see me as an enemy.
Your manners, your clothes, your words tell me everything about you, sir. I know your kind, and you don't belong here.
You're right. I have never suffered from poverty. But that doesn't mean I don't fight it and its consequences.
I really doubt you ever had to fight for anything in your life, Dr. Reed.
Okay.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased Your Royal Highness? I'm no snitch, Mr. Fancy Pants.
You speak of strikes and class enemy. Am I right to assume you're involved in trade union activism?
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
You lost your job because of your beliefs.
Those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slave wages and unsafe conditions, especially when it's a woman.
Okay.
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help workers in need? Why don't they support you?
A few nights back, I lost the money my companions had asked me to hide. With me and my sister being penniless, they thought I stole it.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night. Strange men saw me count the money in that bar. Some sort of militia in uniform. I'm sure they robbed me.
Okay. Bueno, tenemos una nueva investigación que eso lo haremos más adelante.
Well, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Ya hablamos con ella. Vamos aquí a...
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Abierto. Los enfermos. ¿Qué más puedo conseguir por acá?
Yeah, people are still working at this time while you're on
Vamos a ver si
surfing
está
soup
abierto
before
esto.
bed.
Está abierto. Con ella fue que hablamos.
What have we here? Look at your horse, Governor. Or are you just out of your mind?
Sigue ahí hablando ella de nosotros ahí. Y nosotros aquí farmeando. Ah, mira, opio. ¿Y qué hay? Hay algo también. Podemos bajar para acá rápidamente. Vamos a ver hacia el otro lado. Vamos por acá. Vamos a la visión de vampírica. Ah, mira. Samson. Está por acá. Hay algo de sangre, mira, ¿eh? Vamos a ver qué nos dice cuando nos vea. Está limpiando.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside at night in this dangerous part of town?
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
Okay, vamos a hablar de su vida en Londres.
Is it not dangerous to work here at night?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides me and my sister a bed and a roof. I don't want to lose that.
Are you homeless, Miss Paxton?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me and my sister.
What can you tell me about the sad saint?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter, and he's not always sad.
What can you tell me about this place? How are things here?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but a dandy doctor from the city like yourself, you better watch your back, Mr. Reed.
Okay.
You really think I should go back to a safer place, miss?
No. I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the wet boot boys. Those bastards are worse than the epidemic.
Which local dangers must I avoid?
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the drunks, the jobless. A man with your fancy clothes will attract a lot of attention.
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always seek help at Sean Hampton's shelter. No one would dare to be violent there.
Okay. Hay unas preguntas personales. No. Tengo que activar algunas pistas.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose. Why do you want to see him?
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital, but he left abruptly.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you'll find him soon enough.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
¿Sabemos dónde está? Está para allá. Por estos lados.
This Seymour worries me.
A ver acá. Aquí tenemos cosillas que debemos agarrar. Tenemos una carta. Después la leeremos. Con calma. Ahora vamos a ir agarrando todo lo que podamos. La bomba explotó poco después del amanecer frente a la fábrica de municiones Danson y Watson Daxon. La empresa más grande del distrito. La detonación reventó todas las ventanas de la fábrica en la zona norte. Es un milagro que solo haya habido 2 víctimas, declaraba Alexander Little, superviviente jefe. Un antiguo periódico. Excelente. Aquí tenemos
It's locked, all right.
Tenemos que conseguir llaves para abrir las que están cerradas. Aquí no hay más nada así. Esto. Yo no había visto esta puerta por acá, pero vamos a ver entonces. Aquí está Hanson. Vamos a hablar con él. Antes de hablar con él, vamos a seguir buscando por acá. A ver qué hay. Aquí hay algo de sangre, ¿no? Algo hizo que está cerrado, que seguramente se abrirá después. Algo hizo. Vamos a la parte de arriba para ver qué hay arriba. Hay una chelina, ¿ves? Balas. No podemos movernos rápidamente acá. Vamos a revisar esta área también acá. Bueno, ahora sí, vamos a hablar con... Míralo ahí. Ahí está.
Why the long face, Doctor?
Ah, vamos, mírale la carita. Es todo lo que puede preocupar. Es todo lo que le preocupa.
Is it all that worries you, Sean? My long face? Really?
This is a blessing for me, to become a Skal. Immortality gives me more time and energy, if truth be known, to run a shelter. What more could I want?
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Ok, no tiene miedo de lo que es. ¿Por qué ha vuelto?
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk amongst the plague and aid those that need it.
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it. But I do not fear the cross, nor am I forced to take the life of another. My kind doesn't share your imperfections.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So saith the Lord. I only need to eat flesh, no blood.
Okay.
Why return here?
This is my home. These people are my flock. You will always find me where I am needed.
Wonders never cease. Skal managing an asylum.
And what of you? A vampire doctor? Meals laid out before you. Yet you restrain.
Okay.
And what about William Bishop? He tried to take care of you. But this hunger, this thirst, cannot be restrained.
Alas, poor William. He had a good soul, but was weak in spirit.
Okay.
He could not shake the thirst for booze, never mind blood. But have faith. My will is far stronger than his.
Ajá, sí, como nie.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by your hand, nor the other incidents at Pembroke?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
Sí, ajá.
But you were close to her.
Of course. But she was lost, separated from the fold. She did not see the hand of the divine in my blessed condition.
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
Okay. Vamos a ver.
I have to see for myself. But your sense of purpose and calm gives me some relief.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I surrender myself to your judgment.
Ok, capítulo 3, un perro que mata perros me llamaron. Creo que no lo leí bien, pero bueno, creo que era así. Leí una cruz.
We shall have a good chat later, Dr. Reed.
Ok, tenemos una carta. Papel plegado. Ok, un poquito largo, lo leeremos después. Una pista de... Pero aquí hay algo. acá. Pero aquí hay algo que todavía me sorprende. Está por acá atrás. ¿Ven? ¿Cómo hago para mover eso? Hay sangre aquí atrás. Pero no la puedo mover. Tiene que haber una forma de pillarlo, pues. Bueno, ya de todas maneras ya tenemos acá, ya tenemos la llave de la alcantarilla. Él niega haber matado a la viejita del hospital, aunque no le creo mucho, nada más con ver la cara y la sangre que está detrás de ese, como esa repisa o de ese escaparate. Él tiene algo oculto ahí que hay que descubrir, ¿ok? Bueno, pero ya será en el próximo capítulo. En este momento lo voy a dejar por acá para entonces poder más adelante iremos al alcantarillado y verificaremos cuáles son las pruebas que él tiene, que dice que él, para él ser inocente, ¿no? Porque de verdad que se llevaron a la vieja y la volvieron leña. Entonces la dejaron el sangrero por el piso. Bueno, pero entonces vamos a ver si en el próximo capítulo desvelamos todo ese misterio. Entonces ya sabes, si te gustó todo este recorrido, por favor suscríbete, regálame un like y deja abajo en la descripción algún comentario, lo que quieras decir. Y bueno, ya veremos entonces más adelante lo que sucede con esto, lo que está pasando en estos momentos. Bueno, hasta luego, chaito.